Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to another reading here at Transform with Rian. And today's topic is who is manifesting you? I did like maybe one or two videos on this topic before, and I thought it was super fun because so often we focus on what we're trying to manifest and what we're trying to bring about in the world, who we're trying to meet, right? And sometimes we forget too that it's kind of a two-way street, that as we're trying to manifest people, other people are trying to manifest us as well. And there's like this give and take energy that flows with the manifestation process. So I'm really excited to see which one of these cards you're going to choose. And perhaps you might feel drawn to more than one, which is totally okay because, chances are there might be more than one person trying to manifest you, and we can find out a little bit more about that individual and what they are manifesting you for in your reading. So we're going to start with group number one right here, and let's see who is manifesting you. So welcome group number one to your reading on who is manifesting you, and you are drawn to Nightcrawler. In my eyes, I am beautiful. So the vibe that I'm getting to open up your reading here is that this person that is wanting to manifest you, they are quite a unique person, right? Because as we can see from Nightcrawler, looks like a human-ish, but there's features that are definitely not the standard human, right? Blue skin, or actually in the comics he has fur, and then we have pointed ears, 3 digits on each limb, and then we have this like sort of forked tail here, or pointed tail. And so what I'm getting here is this person is someone that is very unique, definitely with personality. Okay, so I don't know where this is coming through from, but for many of you, this is like an Aquarius. So someone who has a sun sign Aquarius, or a lot of planetary placements and significant points in the chart in the sign of Aquarius. So a person who is I'm hearing the word creative as well, someone who kind of thinks outside of the box. A lot of people would probably describe this person as maybe a bit odd, right? A bit different, kind of not the typical person. They don't really blend into a crowd. Perhaps they kind of have these ideas that maybe seem a bit far out there, a bit far-fetched. Some might even call them ahead of their time, right? Now, I'm also being drawn to point out the fact that for those of you that aren't familiar with the superhero Nightcrawler, he is often associated with the X-Men, and his special ability that he uses most often anyway, like he can, of course, climb on walls, kind of like Spider-Man does, right? And he has control of his tail to serve as like a grip, kind of like monkeys, right? And his unique ability is to teleport. He does have a limit though on how far he can teleport. He needs to also be able to see where he's teleporting to so that he doesn't teleport into a wall. So as I'm explaining his powers to you, what I'm seeing is that this person has a vision, and I'm getting that you have a key part or a key role in creating this vision for them. So I'm wondering if this could be someone who's like an employer, maybe that's trying to manifest you to help with sort of the creative direction of the company or helping it to expand, something like that. I think we'll get more information as well as I draw more cards. But I wanted to give you a little bit of background on this person that's manifesting you. So let's see, like, for what purpose is this person trying to manifest you? Let's see what we can glean with that. So you have Chiron, which is heal. And you also have, I feel like this card is trying to come through, Pisces with sensitize. Okay, so what I'm really getting here is this feels very much like a professional connection, okay? I'm getting different vibes from actually all the different groups. So again, if you are drawn to another pile, or another card, I should say, don't hesitate to listen to it. There's probably a message there you need to hear. But for those of you that feel very strongly about this pile, sounds to me like a very professional connection. What the vibe is I'm getting here with this heal and sensitize is this company, this organization is in need of being reinvigorated, like kind of like a makeover, revamping of the company, okay? And they want employees or staff maybe to represent the change that they're trying to achieve. So I'm getting for many of you, this is like a smaller company, okay? Not that it can't be a big company like, I don't know, Apple, iPhone, Nike, Gap, Old Navy, like whatever, something to that effect. But what I'm getting the sense is this employer, this company, this business is really looking to keep up with the times, keep up with the current trends, okay, and not sort of get stuck in a way that is going to sort of grow old and lose momentum, lose leverage. And so they're looking for fresh faces, fresh energy, people who are willing to kind of push some of the boundaries, right? And again, just like them, think outside of the box. All right. So with this heal, it's really speaking to me as like healing the company image, healing company finances, right? Like they're looking to expand the business, to create more abundance within the business. And so they're realizing that they themselves and the current team perhaps don't have the skills, or maybe it's kind of like not their forte, right? You know, as I'm getting older myself, I'm getting less and less in touch with sort of pop culture and like some of the slang and the lingos that younger people are using, which, you know, is a big presence with consumers, right? Like young people buy a lot of things. And so it's like important to keep up with like, where are young people getting their information? How are young people behaving? What are the things that they like, right? It's sort of part of that advertising and marketing strategy. And so I'm really feeling that they're looking for that energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you who were drawn to this, are younger adults, right? And perhaps maybe some of you have an eye for like marketing, advertising, aesthetics, right? Visual appeal, creating things that are nice to look at and keep people engaged, right? I think a lot of younger people are good at that these days. With sensitize here, I'm also hearing that there's this need for awareness of the current trends and the current market. You know, one of the things that I'm hearing is understanding like minority cultures, whether that be ethnic or racial minorities or LGBTQIA, right? I'm hearing that there's this desire to really be accessible to a wide array of clients and consumers. So it's important that the company has some representation there and has a voice for these new demographics that they're trying to reach. Okay. Yeah, I'm really sensing that. That's really beautiful. Okay, so I'm super excited, y'all, to be drawing from this brand new deck that I got, the Decolonized Tarot. I have been waiting legit like 2 years for this deck because the creators of this deck, you know, they had some things that they had to kind of go through when they were creating this deck, doing the artwork, raising the funds and stuff that could not be ignored. So there was some delays, to say the least, but I'm so excited to finally be able to read with this deck and share it with you. So this is going to be my very first reading with this deck. So, ooh, I can't wait for you to enjoy the lovely artwork as well alongside me. So let's find out more about this person, this individual that's trying to manifest you. Obviously, it sounds like, you know, a CEO, a hiring manager, a recruiter, or something like that, right? So let's kind of find out more about what's going on in their mind, how you can maybe, you know, serve that need that they have and fulfill that need, I should say. So we have the Seven of Wands. Oh my God, aren't these just gorgeous? Like the colors are everything. Judgment. We have Five of Wands. You know, I should bring these closer so you can kind of see. So Seven of Wands. Judgment. And I like that they have this kind of gold lining as well on the edges there. Five of Wands. We also have, ooh, the Lovers. Yes, beautiful, beautiful card. And the Four of Coins. Okay, so what is this person after? How can you sort of fulfill this need that they have? Why they're manifesting you? Maybe some of their intentions. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that there's been some conflict within the company. Definitely, I think this is the energy that's present in a lot of aspects in life for a lot of us, where we're faced with a changing environment, and sometimes we feel we want to cling to the old ways because there are comfort in this uncertainty of change. That's one way we can go about it. The other way is to adapt, right? To sort of embrace what's new and what's shifting and adjust ourselves to it so we can kind of flow with the energy rather than hold on to old ways and maybe be a bit stubborn, right? So this change that this company has been trying to achieve is kind of a long time coming. I'm getting the sense here that there were some people that had to be let go, and it probably wasn't very pleasant, okay? Because we have this fighting scene here on the Five of Wands, and we also see this Seven of Wands, which, classically, the person is like kind of facing us in the classic tarot deck, but we see them kind of facing the other way here. And so what I'm getting the sense of is there's like just a lot of resistance to change, right? And it's kind of like I'm hearing the phrase out with the old, in with the new. And so there were just like some stubborn people who have like outdated practices. They weren't willing to change. They weren't willing to explore new avenues, even though the evidence is in front of them was like, yo, our company is like, losing money, or we're not growing fast enough in this environment. And, the cost of running the business is starting to creep up, and we're about to like break even if we're not already losing money, for cost of operations and our profits. Like they're starting to become too close to being equal, and we're not being able to increase, the company's value. And so I really feel like this has been almost like an uphill battle is what I'm seeing in this card, that it's been quite a struggle to bring this company to the point where now it's like, yes, okay, of course, let's hire these types of people. Let's start looking and reinvigorate our business, And with this Judgment card, I'm really getting the sense here that this was not something that was taken lightly. Of course, I'm sure you can kind of sense that, right, from the way I've been kind of speaking on this topic as it is, and that this was something that was very necessary for the company's growth. A lot of times we think of our birth charts and the birth charts of the people in our lives, but places and companies also have birth charts, right? Like the USA, as it was kind of formed, when it formed a nation, a country, that is the birth of the USA, and it has a birth chart based on that, and other countries as well. So businesses also have a birth chart on when they were created, when they were established. And so it was time for this company to evolve and change if it was going to continue to thrive and survive. And you are part of this change. Like I'm getting this very strong energy of destiny, right? That, this company, this business is wanting to draw you in, but at the same time, it's going to be a very important part of your own journey in this lifetime. Like whatever you're going to learn, whatever you're going to achieve and accomplish while working in this business is also going to be very crucial for you as an individual, okay? Now, with the Four of Coins, I'm getting the sense that this company was really, again, trying to, they got a little bit scared, as they were starting to see diminished profits. And so they were kind of afraid to hire new people because they weren't sure if they could meet, whatever demands that the salary was that some of these people were asking for. And they're really seeing this as an investment, okay? They're like investing in you, investing in your skills, your knowledge, your know-how to help rebuild the business or build it better, create a stronger foundation for this kind of new era that it's going into, all right? So I'm getting the sense that they might, it might feel like they're putting a lot of pressure on you to perform, but I have no doubt that you're gonna do great with it. Now, what's so interesting here with the Lovers card is I'm definitely feeling this vibe that they are going to be in love with you. They really want you as part of the team. They really want you as part of the sort of this new phase, this new chapter of their business. They see so much potential with you. They're truly in love with you, and I'm getting the sense too that, you know, if you wanted to try out some of your bargaining skills, when you're negotiating your salary and what benefits you'll get and stuff, you will probably be quite successful in getting what you want, if not something very, very close to what you want. So don't be afraid to throw some ideas out there. Don't be afraid to ask for things. Like, what's the worst they could tell you is no. I mean, they want to hire you regardless. And I feel like you're going to be very pleased, you know, if you kind of set forth a few demands. Of course, be reasonable, okay? There's no need to be greedy here, but you can definitely be reasonable with getting paid what you're worth and getting paid for what you will contribute and bring to the company, okay? So don't be afraid to negotiate and see how much further maybe, you know, you can kind of push the limits. And I feel like you're gonna, if you choose to accept this job, if it feels right for you, wherever you're at in your life, I don't have any sense that you're going to regret it, okay? I really feel like you'll gain quite a bit from this new opportunity, this new job, just as much as they'll be gaining from the wisdom, the knowledge, the skills and abilities that you'll be sharing with them. All right? So, wow, this is so exciting for you. It feels so good to be wanted, right? And to feel appreciated by a company and feel recognized for what you can bring to it. So, let me know in the comments down below if some of you have been, you know, thinking about a job offer and you're on the fence. Like, let us know, okay? I'm curious to see how this relates to your own personal experience and circumstance at the moment, because this is a general reading. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you go, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. Take care, loves. Hey there, Group 2. Welcome to your reading to find out a little bit more about who is manifesting you. So you have Wolverine, which is a very popular superhero. And what it says on the bottom is, when I'm alone, I'm in great company. So what I'm actually getting this vibe from for many of you is there's this kind of romantic energy coming through. So this person, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Wolverine the character, but you know, for the longest time there was this kind of love triangle going on with Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Cyclops, okay? And Cyclops' energy was sort of like teacher's pet, the good boy kind of vibe, right? The responsible one. And Wolverine's vibe was a little bit the opposite, you know, wild man, unpredictable, rude, outspoken, kind of energy, right? And Jean Grey, you know, loved both of them and for different reasons. And I'm getting this vibe. I don't know why I like kind of described this. Maybe some of you needed to hear it because you're experiencing these types of personalities and energies in your own love life, perhaps, you know. But what I'm getting here is that this person, whoever it is, whatever persona they fit in, is this person, they feel very comfortable being alone. They're very comfortable within themselves, like their identity. I get the sense that they're the type of person that they don't necessarily feel the need to be someone they're not just to make other people happy, right? That they're very comfortable with who they are and their identity, and it's kind of like, well, if you don't like it, there's the door. Like, you don't have to be part of my life. And when it comes to love, they also are very you know, they stick to their guns on that. Like, they're not that type of person that's going to readily adjust themselves to create this comfort within a relationship. I'm getting the vibe that from them that seems a bit dishonest, right? Because I don't know if you've ever had this situation for yourself. I know I have done this when I was younger, but when you're really crushing on somebody and you want them to like you back, you really sort of create this um, persona, this character that really highlights your best traits, your best features, right? And sometimes you might even say that, oh, you like certain things just because you know the person you're crushing on likes them, even though you yourself aren't really interested in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I've seen that even in shows and movies, and there are times where I've been in that place because you don't want to be like contrary to them. You don't want to be antagonistic. You want to kind of keep the peace and look good in their eyes. So you tend to kind of agree with them, you know? Um, and this person is not down for that at all. I get the sense that they can be a bit blunt at times. Some might probably think of them as rude, but I really don't think that's what it is. I think they're just honest, and some people are taken aback by that honesty and they're just not expecting it, is all. And so this person, I'm getting the sense that, you know, they're okay with being single, they're okay with how things are right now in their love life, but they're open to romance. They're open to a real, genuine connection. But you know, they're trying not to get their hopes up in a way, right? They're trying to like have that game face on. And so I really feel they're trying to manifest you as a partner is ultimately what it comes down to, that they're ready for someone that they genuinely, truly match with, you know, because they're being true to who they are and they want to match to someone who is also being their true self, and therefore creating this true love match, not where one person is like acting, you know? So they're ready for love. I get the sense that they may have been disappointed in the past. Maybe they've even tried to adapt themselves to their partners and then it just didn't work out ultimately, right? And then they weren't happy and they weren't able to keep up that facade. And so the relationship kind of ended. And I'm getting the vibes too that it wasn't a pleasant ending either. Like it wasn't a very amicable breakup with one or more of their past relationships. So I'm getting the sense that they know who they are now, right? From their own experiences so far in life. And they're ready to just be who they are and be with someone who accepts them for who they are. We also have, oh my gosh, Pisces with sensitize. That came out in the first reading. Interesting. But also the moon with perception. So they really are the type of person, they are so over playing games. They are so over fakeness, okay? Like the moon can create illusions and make things a little bit confusing, and they're just over it. They just want to be like, what you see is what you get. Like there is no hidden agenda here. There are no secrets. There's no lies. There's no posing, front end. You know, none of that stuff is happening with them, and they don't like that. I'm getting again the sense like they don't be playing games, y'all. Like Wolverine, he don't play games. He like gets the job done. You know, like he's kind of he can be kind of scary, right? And so this they're looking for someone that's genuine. I know I said that earlier, but I can't emphasize that enough. Now, with this sensitize, I'm getting a vibe from them that there's almost this element to them where they will probably challenge people. You know, maybe they'll go a little bit overboard when they first meet people just to kind of see like the shock value, right? Like, if I say this, is it going to shock you so much that you get scared off? Because I need someone who is strong, confident, will stand their ground, who doesn't have like a weak stomach, you know, who isn't going to let me walk all over them. That's what I'm really getting here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they come off a bit rough around the edges, right? And even though I said earlier they weren't rude, remember, like a lot of people do maybe misinterpret some of their actions and the words they say as being rude. And so they do that as, I feel like, kind of a protective mechanism, because previously when they were too nice and too accommodating, like all sorts of people were coming in their circle, right? And coming into their life. And some of these people just were not good for them, right? We're not the best quality people. And maybe some of them were like opportunistic and like always asking for favors or trying to take advantage of them in some way, shape, or form, and they're just done with that now. Okay, and so they kind of put up maybe a little bit of a wall, a little bit of a shield, because Wolverine definitely comes off as this tough guy, but he has his mushy gushy, sensitive, soft, sweet moments as well. And so I'm getting the sense that they are that way, that they probably only show that soft, sensitive, sweet side to a select few people. And, if you feel attracted to this person and the vibes are like a match and it's good, you're gonna definitely be one that's gonna be privileged to see that sweet side of them. And I'm getting the sense too that, they will really shower that lovin' on you for sure, because you're going to be really, truly special to them, because they don't let a lot of people into their inner circle, So you have that like all access VIP backstage pass kind of energy coming through. So y'all, I'm so excited to share this deck with you. I finally received it after a couple of years of waiting as this deck was produced. The Decolonized Tarot deck, so representing a lot of Filipino culture, and art here. So I'm so excited you all get to see it. This is my first reading that I'm recording with this deck, so please enjoy the artwork alongside me. Woo! Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to elaborate on this, okay? We have the Judgment card, which also came out with the first reading. So if you were feeling a pull toward the first one and didn't check it out because you felt a stronger pull to this, you might want to go check the first one out afterward. Now, you also have the Eight of Cups here. And we have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Oh, I just love this card. Like, there's this glow to a lot of objects and aspects of this deck, which I love so much. Like the coins have a glow, the wands have this glow, the swords and the cups, they all have this glow to them, right? Even though it's not literally glowing. And that's why I'm really in love with this deck. So in any case, this is so amazing because I don't know if I've had this happen very often in a reading, y'all, but we have cups, swords, coins, and wands, all four elements present. And so this is definitely emphasizing and confirming the fact that this person is ready for the real deal, the complete package, okay? They, with this Four of Wands, they're ready for marriage, okay? I definitely get that they have had some heartbreak in their life and they've been a bit jaded when it comes to love, and they are ready to like no games. Oh my god, it's making me think of that song from Backstreet Boys. How many of you know the Backstreet Boys? Like total like boy band from the 90s into like the early 2000s. It's making me think of that song. Quit playing games with my heart, quit playing games with my heart before you tear us apart. Oh my god, I loved them when I was younger. In any case, so they're looking for this complete package, and they are like, you know what? I am through like posting certain pictures on the app and answering questions in a way that's like so PC, so politically correct, so like I'm trying not to offend people, kind of like censoring myself, right? Just to help other people feel comfortable around me, when it's like, no, this is who I am. This is who I will be always, and I'm looking for someone who's going to be a genuine match for my authentic self, right? And they don't want anybody who's going to be faking it either, right? They're ready to settle down. They're ready for a true lifelong connection, okay? They are ready to get married for reals. That is what I'm getting here. Now, that doesn't mean that they're desperate. It doesn't mean they're not going to be selective. It just is kind of like where they're at. They're done playing around when it comes to love. I'm getting the feeling too, it's like they would rather be alone than like deal with like childishness, immaturity, lies, and deceit, because they don't like that. They're not about people playing games, being tricky, like not being honest when it comes to who they are and romance, like I'm really getting the sense that they value honesty. Ooh, and one of the things that maybe some of you don't know about Wolverine is he has this really great sense of smell, and he can tell when someone is lying from smell, you know? That was one of his abilities. He's almost as good as like a psychic as far as like telling people are telling lying or not when they're sharing information. So I feel like with this person, you know, if you meet them, they don't BS them because they can like sense when people are being dishonest and they do not like it. So with this card, they're leaving the lies, they're leaving like the drama. They definitely don't want any drama in their life, okay? They don't want this roller coaster ride. They want a mature partner, right? Someone who's grounded, someone who knows who they are, someone who knows how to communicate, who values honesty as well. And they're ready to build a home. So yeah, they're ready to get married. We talked about that. They're ready for commitment. But what I see with the Queen of Pentacles is like this is homemaker vibes. I can't emphasize enough. Like they are ready to take care of someone, but it has to be the right someone, the right person for them. And again, you will just be receiving all of their love. I'm also getting the sense that they're probably an excellent cook, or at the very least they know they have a home and they know how to create a safe, secure, pleasant home. So whether that be they actually know about interior design and that type of stuff, or whether it just be simply like they know how to take care of the home, like make sure that the plumbing is okay, that there is no like cracks or holes in the window, that the garden and the yard are taken care of. Like they really value their home and creating a warm environment and welcoming environment in the home. It's like their home is their refuge and their space, and there's definitely like a vibe to their home, you know. I get the sense that it's not like the bare minimum kind of home. Like for me, like half the time I don't put pictures on my walls, I don't decorate things. It's like so basic, my home, right? Very minimalist. I don't get that that's their vibe. I get the vibe that they really are creating an atmosphere, and they will use all sorts of decorations and furniture and whatever to create this vibe. With the Judgment card, what I'm really sensing is even though this person has gone through it, you know, when it comes to love and romance and had their heart broken, had a lot of disappointments, this was part of their growth to get to this point where they're ready now to have a genuine match by being their genuine selves. You know, I'm remembering like back in the day when I was younger, like as I was saying, you know, I used to try to be what I thought the person I was dating, who they wanted me to be. Like I wanted to be in harmony and at peace with them, and I not rock the boat. Even if there were some things I didn't agree with or I didn't feel comfortable with, I would always give way to them and let, you know, do what they wanted to do, kind of thing. And it was, you know, it's definitely something I couldn't keep up. Like if you really know me, like I definitely have opinions on things. And sometimes I can have like a sharp tongue and, you know, clap back at people if I'm really passionate about something. And now, you know, it's like as you get older, and I get the sense that this person is pretty mature, whether that be an age or just like they're an old soul, right? Is that they realize that by not being their true selves, they attract people who are false, who are like a mismatch for them, you know? And so that was something they had to learn. That's this judgment, like this lesson that they had to learn, and that they are good enough, that they don't have to be someone else to gain the approval and affection of other people. And that isn't that a big lesson we all got to learn, right? So this person has learned that lesson, and now they're showing up for the first time now as their truest self, and they're hoping and wishing that that will be strong enough to bring that special someone into their life. Okay, and they're, you know, it's you is kind of what we're getting at now. You may be a good fit for them, and it's up to you to decide if they're a good fit for you, right? Because it goes two ways there. So I'm very excited. Let me know if you've met this person perhaps already, or if you're excited to meet them down in the comments below. Give me a little heart, and you know, let me know that you're referencing pile 2. And before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for joining me. I look forward to doing another reading for you soon. I hope you enjoyed this new deck as well. I look forward to using it more in the future. Take care, loves. Hey there, Group 3. Welcome to your reading to find out more about who is manifesting you. And you were drawn to the Scarlet Witch card, Explore Beyond the Veil. Now, what I'm getting from this person that's trying to manifest you is A, they are an excellent manifester. This person, they do have quite the knowledge base on all things sort of new age, occult. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're, they know about law of attraction. They know about past lives. Maybe they're psychic. They know how to read tarot cards, or tea leaves and I Ching sticks or whatever, right? Um, and I get the sense too that they are very spiritual, they're very wise, and they know quite a bit about sort of things that maybe aren't mainstream, right? They have this knowledge of the unseen world, if you will, a lot of spiritual knowledge here, magical knowledge. Um, and they're definitely the type of person that likes to look at things from all sorts of angles, right? And they can be very imaginative in that way, where they don't take anything at face value. They definitely like to look beyond. I'm getting the sense too that they're a very curious individual. They love puzzles. They love trying to solve things. They love understanding things on a very, very, very deep, deep, deep level. They're giving me vibes very similarly to me. Like when I am into something, like I research the heck out of that thing and I try to get all the information I can about it. Like I'm just like a sponge. And I get the vibe that they're very similar to me in that way, at least. Now, what I'm getting from this is for some of you, maybe this could be a romantic match, yes, but I would say for the majority of you, this is more of a platonic match. Like, I'm getting the sense that this person is looking for people who are like-minded as they are, um, that that they're looking for new friends, if you will, okay, new people to kind of talk about these things that interest them. All right. And it might not even be like new agey, occulty kind of stuff. Maybe it's just they have like this new hobby, right? And they're really into it and they've been researching and like consuming as much information and knowledge about it as they can. And they just want people that have this same passion for that, right? Like, for example, for me, I recently started watching Thai boy love shows. And then I've noticed like other countries have them too, like South Korea, Philippines, Japan. And so I've been like obsessed and like binge watching like a ton of them because there's so much media out there on these boy love stories. And some of them are like really good. And I kind of wish I had them when I was younger, to sort of give me ideas and hope about finding love, right? As being part of the LGBTQIA plus community. But, I would love to be able to have people who I can talk to about boy love series with. Maybe that's a community I'll look into connecting with myself at some point, once things settle down for me. But I feel like it's the same for this. Like maybe this person recently got a pet dog and they want to be able to talk to other dog parents, right? And bond with them over that. Or maybe, I don't know, they got into like some video game and they're trying to make connections in the gaming world. Or maybe they're into like quilting or something like that, right? Or got into a new sport, and now they want to meet people as well. So I'm really getting that vibe. Oh, okay. We have one card come out already to find out more about this person that's trying to manifest you. So someone who, I'm hearing the word now, kindred spirit. And I'm feeling the universe wants me to pull an extra card. I tell you, group 3, you are always getting extra cards. So why don't we do it like this? A little bit different than the other two piles. So we have retrograde, review, we have Aries with act, and we have Sagittarius, expand. Okay, this is beautiful because I feel like this is definitely confirming some of the energies that I'm having. So this person, they've been doing a lot of stuff on their own and now they're wanting to connect. They want to expand their network. They want to expand their knowledge because, there's only so much that maybe you can gather from going online, and there's so much more you can gain from having like in real time dialogue with another person. Like you can learn so much more when you exchange ideas with other people in real time. Like I know when I was first exploring law of attraction and spiritual energy, past life regressions and stuff, I gained so much from just talking to other people and their experiences with those specific things that I could add sort of to my knowledge base and be able to share it with other people as well. And so this person is definitely in that phase where they want to take action. They don't want to just be passively consuming information anymore. They want to actively be exchanging information, having dialogue with people who are, again, the key thing is I'm getting this energy of passion and excitement because we have two fire signs here, Aries and Sagittarius, and the Scarlet Witch. Also, there's this color red, which is a very powerful, passionate, energetic energy. And so this person is ready to get out there and meet people who have similar interests, okay? With this review, I'm getting the sense like this is the phase that they've left. Like they, again, have been reviewing videos on YouTube or whatever. They've been reviewing online articles. Maybe they even got old-fashioned and went and had textbooks or books on the subject matter, right? And now they're kind of moving past that stage of reviewing all the information out there, and they want to talk about it and maybe create new ideas, new opinions about all of these things, okay? So I'm really getting, again, very strong platonic vibes, friend vibes. They just want to meet people, again, who have the same interest with them. I'm getting the sense that this is something very new to them. And so a lot of people may be in their life right now as it is. They're just not on the same page as it. Or maybe they're just not interested in this, right? I know for some of my friends, when I was learning about all this spiritual stuff, law of attraction, like they weren't really that into it. And it's not that they put me down or weren't supportive of me, like going on that spiritual journey. It's just like that's not where they were in their own life, you know? And so it's not like they were actively researching stuff like I was and engaging in workshops and, you know, events to that extent. So that's kind of the phase that we're at. So let's get some more information on this person. I'm really excited, y'all, because I'm using the Decolonized Tarot deck for the first time. It is a long time coming using this deck. It took a couple years for it to be finalized. So I'm so happy to share this artwork with you today. So you have the Justice card. You also have, oh, here, let me show you while I pull these out. Justice card. Okay, lovely, lovely. We have the Six of Pentacles. And you also have, ooh, the Empress. As well as the High Priestess. Wow, a lot of divine feminine energy coming through here for you. And also, this is so strange. I feel like we need both of these cards. I feel like there's a lot of cards that want to come out for you, Group 3. Like, what is going on? I swear you always be getting an abundance of information. Okay, let's see if we can make these fit. I think we're going to have to cover some cards up here. So you have the Sun as well, the Magician, Queen of Swords, and the Universe. Okay, you have like a ton of major arcana cards coming through here. I mean, my gosh, like the only non-major arcana cards are these two, Queen of Swords and the Six of Coins. Goodness gracious. It has to probably do with this person is a very powerful person. Like they know how to manifest and attract. They know how to make things happen in their life. Again, whether they do it, they call it law of attraction manifestation or they call it something else, like they definitely go after what they want. So they are a go-getter, shocker, right? Aries, go-getter energy. So they're really trying to manifest this community, manifest these people into their lives, such as yourself. So, I mean, my gosh, where do I even start here? So we have the Magician and the High Priestess energy already coming through. So 1, 2, 3, Empress. So the Magician is definitely speaking to the fact that they know how to make things happen for themselves. They're not that type of person who just sits on their butt, who is lazy. I don't get that sense at all. They are a person of action, like, very Seven Rings, Ariana Grande. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. Right? Like that kind of vibe. And what's so beautiful about them is I get the sense that they're very smart. We have the Queen of Swords here. The Justice card also is a Libra card, right? So air signs, and air signs are very logic, knowledge, information driven. But we also have this High Priestess, okay? So they have this beautiful blend of like knowledge and information, which is very objective, but they also have tuned into this subjective energy as well, where it's like they trust their gut. So they have this beautiful balance with it, okay? Where it's like, they know how to look up common interest groups, right? But they let their intuition guide them as to which group they're going to join or explore or make contact with first. And a lot of times, their gut instinct, their first reaction, is accurate, and they're going to be very pleased with the results, and it'll feel like, oh, this is like a perfect fit for me, right? So they have that vibe about them. They also have a very good sense of people. I get the vibe from them that they know how to read people, okay? Like they can tell if someone is being genuine, if someone is lying, if someone is a good person. And not a good person is like bad or evil, not so much that. It's more like, is this someone I can get along with? Is this someone who I have common interests, common values with? Like they can tell pretty quickly. And they're hardly ever wrong. With the Empress card, I feel like this is really representative of their energy, and it kind of goes in harmony with this Six of Coins. It's like this new thing that they've discovered that they want to talk about, they want to interact with other people about. It's kind of like they're a little child again, right? You know how little children, they get so excited with like a new toy. That's how they're like, they have this new thing that's like exciting and thrilling to them, and they just are going like full force with it, right? It's almost like obsessive kind of energy that's coming through, which it feels very similar to how I've been feeling with this Thai boys love thing this series. Like, oh my gosh, I've been like so obsessed about it. I've watched like I don't even know how many series in the past couple of months. Like it's uncalled for, really. It's quite excessive. But I'm feeling like that's their vibe, their energy. And with the Empress, it's like that's that energy of abundance where it feels like they can never have too much information, right? I'm getting the vibe that the word that's coming through for me is like a glutton, right? Like with kids, like think of like candy and Halloween. Like they will keep eating candy until there's none left or they have a stomach ache. Like that's how far they will go with it, you know? And I'm getting this is something they're super duper excited about. And perhaps if you're already in one of these groups or you already do this thing, like you'll be able to identify when this person shows up. And I'm getting the sense too that you would probably make really good friends. So you might want to keep your eye out for someone who's very green, right? Who's sort of like still that kid in the candy store kind of vibes, you know? Um, Now, what's interesting, so Queen of Swords, again, we talked about them being very smart, very communicative. I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of like they can just go on and on and on and on and on in conversation, right? It's like, when are you going to stop to catch your breath? So, very talkative energy is what I'm getting from this person. Now, we also have the Universe and the Justice card, as well as the Sun card. I didn't even touch on the Sun card. So the Sun card, that's Leo energy. Oh my gosh, so we have all fire signs. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo are all represented here. So I would not be surprised in the slightest if this person that's coming in has their Sun sign in a fire sign, or they have a lot of placements in their chart or aspects that are in the Sun signs. So that's important to note. This person is going to stand out. You're going to know this person when you see them. They're going to be that one that has so much energy, biggest smile on their face. I wouldn't be surprised too if they have like bright colored hair, or hair that stands out. Like maybe they even colored it like an unusual color, like purple, green, blue, silver, gray, like whatever color. I get the sense this person's going to stand out for sure to you. Now what I'm seeing here is these two cards are really representing like what you will bring for them, like what they are manifesting you for, okay? They want someone who can give them more knowledge, the bigger picture on things, who has a more well-rounded view, okay? So it's kind of like, when someone first gets into, I don't know, fixing up cars, right? rebuilding cars, and they first get into it, they want to meet someone who's maybe like their senior, someone who's been at it longer than they have and therefore has a lot more skill and experience with it that they could learn from this person. Okay, so I feel like you're sort of that, in like Asian cultures, you call them your senior. And for those of you that watch K dramas, right, that's sort of like your hyung or your oppa or your nuna, right? All those terms for your senior. Or in Japan, it's like san or kun. And in the Thai dramas now that I know, they have like pi is for someone that's older than you, and then kun is for someone that is also older than you, but someone you also kind of respect, that has a lot of experience doing something that you do as well. So it's kind of like they call them honorifics. So they're looking for that person, okay? That person that can kind of mentor and teach them, as well as kind of be like a friendly, connection. Now we also have the justice card. So this to me is what I'm hearing, because I'm seeing the scales, is there's this balance. So yeah, they're super fired up and they're super into this, but what you can also provide them is like tempering their energy so it doesn't fizzle out, so they don't burn themselves out. Because what I'm getting here is like they can just do and like lose track of time, because again, they can maybe get a bit obsessive on things, and maybe they need to learn how to balance this new passion, this new interest, with other things that are going on in their life. Like I remember when I first got into tarot, like, oh my god, I was buying all sorts of tarot decks like faster than I could really get familiar with the concepts, the arts, the unique flavor of each deck. Like I was just buying so many decks at one time and like underutilizing a lot of them. And so I feel like you're kind of that energy is kind of like, hey, slow down. Like, you don't need to buy a new tarot deck every week. Like, just work with and get familiar and bond with the current deck that you have. And then when you feel like you have a good connection, then go maybe get another deck, right? So I feel like maybe that's the energy that they have, where it's like they're just buying and collecting and spending time and money on all these things for their hobby, their interest, and it's kind of like, whoa, like don't forget, like don't spend too much there, like maybe put some money in your savings, and make sure that you have enough food to eat and you're paying your bills, right? Like that kind of thing. So you're gonna be able to kind of balance them out and kind of help them pace themselves, is what I'm getting. Oh, wow, such strong energy coming through. It's like my third, the third reading out of all three of them, and I usually get a little bit fatigued by this point, but this person just has so much energy and it's like channeling through to the reading. So they might be a handful for you. I hope you can, hold your ground and stay grounded, as they can. I definitely feel they're going to be like all over the place, and they'll have a lot to say. So, have a little patience with them. I really hope you enjoyed your reading, y'all. Please let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe before you head out. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you. And I hope you enjoyed the artwork of this new deck. And I look forward to sharing it more with you in future readings. So take care, love. See you next time.